Birmingham City fans voiced their displeasure at Brentford's gamesmanship during a frustrating 0-0 draw at St Andrews. Here's a selection of comments from Blue Noses on social media. Stephen James, Smith: frustrating gamesmanship from Brentford, poor refereeing. However, clean sheet and onward. Same old Brentford, always cheating. Wendy Loftus-Martin, Brentford, the ref and the KOP side were a complete disgrace and embarrassed themselves miserably. Frowning face, Phil Hyde, they frustrated us today by any means whatsoever. Poor gamesmanship and diabolical referee and linesman on the KOP side. Sally Cartwright, despite filthy play from Brentford. Proud to be a Blue Nose today. Monk's verdict: player ratings match report. What our men said about it. Blues writer Brian Dick: an aspect of Brentford's play was their time wasting. A backhanded compliment to Birmingham City. Thomas Frank's men seemed to accept well before the end that they were going to find it very difficult breaking down a resolute home defence. That resulted in them taking an age at restarts, complaining to the referee incessantly and basically clock munching with wind-ups. But one thing they also did was battled hard. What Brentford said about it. Brentford boss Thomas Frank: though referee Peter Banks should have given the Bees players more protection. He said, "I would say in general I think the match official needed to protect the key players in the game. You should see Niels Maupay's back. There are scratches all the way down on his back. I know that is part of the game. I understand what happens, but if you are smashed and hit every single game for 90 minutes, there comes a time when all of us would be annoyed over those situations." Mini-match report: Blues had nothing more than a point and a third successive clean sheet to show for their leg-weary efforts at St Andrews, writes Brian Dick. After successive wins against Wigan and Stoke, the Blues bandwagon slowed just a little as they were held goalless for only the second time in 17 games. Gary Monk has named an unchanged team when Christian Petersen absent for the third game running. Despite that continuity, the manner of the opening period could not have been more different from the excitement of Boxing Day. Brentford shaded the early exchanges with Rico Henry and Sergi Canos volleying wide from very acute angles. Though to be fair, Lee Kemp did not have a save to make. But neither did his opposite number Daniel Bentley. The closest Monks meant to opening the scoring was when Ezri Konsa sliced Michael Kieftenbeld's sweeping right-wing cross over his own bar. 5 minutes before the break, Jacques Maghoma flighted an in-swinging free kick into the middle of the box which just eluded the unmarked Harley Dean. The second half was just a cagey, illuminated only by a combustible 10 minutes from Neil Maupay in which he was booked, then substituted. Kemp had to save sharply at his near post from Ollie Watkins with a quarter of an hour to go. Blues worked hard to force a winner, but despite getting plenty of balls into the Brentford box, it wouldn't drop where needed. What the boss said: Blues manager Gary Monk: "You always want the 3 points in every game, but it's impossible in this league, and today it was difficult to be at our very best." At this time of year the games come thick and fast and a lot of energy and physicality go into the games during this period. It's no excuse, but I thought we were better in the second half than the first. If anyone was going to look likely to get the win, it was going to be us, but it's another clean sheet and another point. 7 points in 3 games in such a short space of time is a fantastic return, and it just shows the effort that the players have put in. Birmingham City vs Brentford. In pictures view gallery. Opposition verdict: Brentford boss Thomas Frank: "We did well in the first half and controlled the game. We needed to be more positive with the half chances we created. In the second half I wasn't satisfied with my players not being brave enough on the ball. Defensively we were very solid and gave away 0 chances. They created nothing, and that is well done to the boys who have conceded far too many away goals in the past." Who's next? Sheffield Wednesday v Blues, Championship, Hillsborough, 3 p.m. Tuesday, January 1st.